Before his companions, Andre read a poignant passage from Isaiah and spoke, moved, about the necessity of salvation. Matthew commented on the less pleasant aspects of their mission, and Philip observed that it is always very difficult to tend to our own needs when we devote ourselves to helping others. Jesus listened to the apostles in silence, and when the discussions around him began to fade, he commented very simply. In a mountainous region, crossing a desert area, two old friends were walking, both ill, each doing what he could to shield himself from the biting cold, when they were startled by the sight of a half-dead child on the roadside, exposed to the harsh winter wind. One of them, upon seeing this strange sight, exclaimed irritably, "I won't waste time. The moment calls for me to take care of myself. Let's move on." The other, however, more compassionate, said, "My friend, let us save the little one. He is our brother in humanity." "I can't," said the hardened companion. "I feel tired and sick. This stranger would be an unbearable burden. We're cold and facing a storm. We must reach the nearby village without wasting a minute." And he pushed forward with long strides. The traveler with a kind heart, however, knelt beside the child lying on the ground. He lingered a few moments, pressing the little one tenderly against his own chest, and embracing him even more closely, continued onward, though at a slower pace. The icy rain fell steadily throughout the night, but he, clutching his precious burden, eventually reached the inn in the village he sought. To his great surprise, however, he did not find the companion who had gone on ahead. Only the next day, after a thorough search, was the unfortunate traveler found, lifeless, in a flooded hollow of the path. Hurrying alone with the selfish intent of preserving himself, had not withstood the wave of cold that had grown violent, and fell, soaked, with no means to resist the freezing temperatures. Meanwhile, the other, warmed by the gentle heat of the child pressed to his heart, overcame the trials of the frigid night and emerged unharmed from such disaster. He had discovered the sublimity of mutual aid. By helping the abandoned child, he was helping himself. Advancing through sacrifice to be useful to another, he managed to overcome the challenges of the journey, attaining the blessings of reciprocal salvation. The simple story left the disciples surprised and deeply moved. Tender admiration shone in the moist eyes of the humble women who had joined the gathering, while the men looked at one another astonished. It was then that Jesus, after a brief silence, concluded with meaning. The most eloquent and accurate witnesses of a man before the Supreme Father are his own deeds. Those whom we support become our support. The heart we aid will, sooner or later, become a resource in our favor. Let there be no doubt. A man alone is merely a living ornament of solitude, but one who works for the good of others earns the right to mutual aid. In helping, we shall be helped. In giving, we shall receive. This is the divine law.